This was the thank you video that my client sent 3 days after I delivered the refrigerator to him. I asked him how the refrigerator worked, and he sent me this video. So if your refrigerator does not cool above or below, this could be the cause, and the solutions that I have in this video. In this video we are going to see how to weld the pipe, how to cut and weld the service pipe of the compressor that the refrigerator comes with, how to weld the service valve. There you can see how the service valve is being welded. You're also going to see in this video how to cut the capillary, how to weld the filter dryer, because every time they do a service they have to change the filter, how to vacuum the refrigerator, and also how to charge gas to this refrigerator so that it remains in perfect condition. So if your refrigerator does not cool at the top and bottom, come to this video. I will show you in full how it is done. This refrigerator, it still does not have any service. As far as I know, there you can see that it does not have the service valve connected, capillary tube next to the filter. This is the capillary, and this comes from the condenser. Whenever you do a service to a refrigerator of this type, you have to change the filter dryer. So we will see first of all if this refrigerator works. The gas that has this compressor is 134A, yes. 220-240 volts, 50 Hertz, 1 HP. So once we know what the gas is, we know that 134A is not flammable like the R600 is. So we can release the gas safely, because surely some gas this refrigerator should still or must have. But we are going to see about that. We are going with the pressure gauge. First of all, we are going to proceed to make the cut. I have this tiny tool, look, which is the one used to make the cut. We place it here. Again, surely some gas is going to come out, right? Because it has some. Well, look, this is very important. We must remove the valve. There it is, before welding. Before welding the cable, right? Or valve, I don't know what they might call it in your country, but we have to take out. And that little rubber band is going to melt with the heat of the torch. So now we are indeed going to weld. Before that, what we have to do is enlarge a little bit. Tool for that. But with this clamp, we can enlarge. Well, there it is, we leave the tail. We are going to heat. We cut the capillary, and we are going to try to pull the pipe out a little outward here. So this is better for welding, right? Look, now this is the filter, right? The filter goes like this, from the condenser toward the capillary. That is the direction of the refrigerant fluid. So we are going to mark. We are going to mark our filter. We leave only marked. Well, and then we do proceed to weld the filter. First we are going to heat the pipe, this one, and then the copper one. We do a little turn, and we see that it fits just right. That it doesn't go too far because it goes up to here. If it goes up to here, it is going to break the filter that is inside. So we will leave it at that. Meanwhile, if the video is useful to you, please subscribe and share it. Now we tighten a little bit here. We put the valve, the needle in its place, and we are going to proceed to draw a vacuum. I first draw a vacuum to be able to get all the dirt out of the system if there is any. And well, some people charge it with nitrogen directly to see if it leaks. I'm going to pull a vacuum on it, and then I am going to charge it with nitrogen manometer to vacuum the refrigerator. The high pressure one does not work, but it does not matter, because here we are not going to use it. And well, here are the hoses, look at them. It is for gas, R404 and R502, also R12. This is my manifold gauge that I use for refrigerators only, and the coolers that take these types of gases. Also for air conditioners with R22. There are few air conditioners with R22, but sometimes there are, so it must be used. Well, to draw a vacuum, what must be done first is to place. This is the blue hose. It would be that no, I had a problem with my blue hose. Had to change. Well, I did not get, so then I put this one. This one we are going to simulate that it is the blue hose of the low valve. And this would go here to the compressor. The pressure gauges, both valves are closed. Well, now it is necessary to plug in the vacuum pump. Here is the pump. Here you have your service valve, where the yellow hose goes. Here goes the middle hose of the manifold gauge, yes. We place it there. We plug in our pump, and we start to draw a vacuum. We turn on the pump. And we open the valve. We wait for it to reach -30. About 10-15 minutes approximately. We do it to remove all the moisture from the environment inside the refrigerator. We check that they are okay here. We check that the valve is well closed. Of high. My pump is 2-stroke. We open the gas valves. This is to avoid that the water vapors condense inside the pump and thus decrease the performance of my vacuum pump? No. So we leave it open for a little bit so that all the vapor comes that it has inside from the refrigerator, water vapor, or some non-condensable oils that are still. We first closed the low pressure valve, which was the only one that was open. And there we turn off the pump. So the process is first to close, well, the valve, and only then turn off the pump. Well, there it is at -30. We are going to wait about 15-20 minutes more at least for it to hold to see if it maintains the vacuum, and if not, it keeps losing. Well, my people, look. Half an hour passed. It is still there. minus 30 psi. So well, we can check that there are no leaks. So now what we are going to do is go on to break the vacuum
Vacío.
and charge the refrigerant.
Refrigerante.
As I was telling you, this refrigerator takes gas 134A. 134A. There I have a video comparing this type of adapter or valve with this one, yes. Between the two, well, I prefer this one because no gas comes out until I open the valve for it, and in this one, as soon as you put the service hose, gas already comes out. So well, I'm going to put this one, then I run it to the other side. I place the service hose. And well, there we are going to open the gas. Well, there the service hose filled up. Notice that the pressure gauge is still in vacuum. The service hose is full of gas. So I am going to loosen here so that the air that was inside the service hose does not enter my system. Yes, you saw that we had air inside the service hose. The gas that we opened here, the valve pushed all the air upwards. And we are going to let a little bit of air out through here, of gas through here, which will come out first gas with air, right? Fine. Their gas came out with air. So now what we have to do is break the vacuum. We open the low valve. And we charge first with the engine off. We are going to charge up to 20 so that it does not start so heavy to work our compressor. There it is. 20 psi is fine.
Entonces,
We put our refrigerator to work. There you can see how it immediately begins to lower
la
the pressure
presión.
because the compressor started working. We are going to slowly charge the gas. Meanwhile, we are watching the amperage. Look, when I release gas to it, the amperage of the compressor increases. I close the valve, and the amperage remains there at 0.15, 0.17. Notice that in the characteristics of the of this refrigerator or fridge, it tells us that it is 5-pentane and the amperage current says 1.15 amps. So well, we are going to keep continuing to charge gas. Two psi, 3 psi. Approximately the gas. We are going to let the equipment work for about 2 to 4 hours. And we are going to see how it works. Look that the filter dryer is
El refrigerador está
at room temperature. It is not cold. If it is cold, it means that there is an expansion here. And in that case, my refrigerator filled with moisture.
la nevera.
This one is hot. And this one, which is the suction one, is also still at room temperature. But the condenser, it is already releasing quite a bit of heat. It is hot here. It is releasing quite a bit of heat, isn't it? As you can see. Well, let's look inside. Look here at the freezer. It has been working for half an hour. It is already making frost. All this part is making frost. It can already be seen that there is a low temperature inside the evaporator. Look, it is spectacular. The cold is already coming down. Look how it is already starting to freeze. This whole part. Yes, it is starting to freeze. The temperature is still at 4. So well, we are going to let it work for about 2 to 4 hours. Then we will come to see the temperature, how it is here. Look at this behavior. It approaches 0 psi. Listen to the noise. Then it starts to rise. Up to 2 psi. That he had left in my charge. Look how it rises. And it does this every 3 or 4 minutes, it does that same thing. I touch the capillary, it is not cold. It is lukewarm. Yes. And here you can see a little bit of frost. It means that there is a little bit of excess gas in the system. But let's see how it behaves in the next 2 hours. There it goes up again. This is a classic symptom. If the refrigerator inside continues to cool well and freezing well, that it is reaching the moment of gas stabilization. And in a moment it is going to cut off. When it cuts off, it means that we reached the temperature of level 4 that we had programmed on the thermostat. Here is all the pipe. It is freezing completely well, all the evaporator part of the bottom of the refrigerator. And here you can see how the freezer is working perfectly well. It is complete, it is freezing. Look, there the working pressure arrived. And now, it stopped. You just started up again. But it is working now at that pressure very close to 0 psi.
Cerca de 0 psi.
I would say that maybe it is working at 1 psi. So, well, that is the working pressure. Everything is set, it doesn't leak from anywhere. So, well, this refrigerator is now ready to deliver. The pipe freezes here for you. The pipe should be warm, sorry, this pipe must be cold. Which is the return one. And this is the outlet one. Yes. In other words, the high pressure one. Either the outlet must be hot, and the return one, or the low pressure one must be cold, or at room temperature. The same with the filter dryer. Must not be cold, but rather it must be hot, or at room temperature. If it is cold, it means that they have left. There is an expansion here, they have gas left. And the capillary tube got clogged somewhere. Well, then this refrigerator is already ready for its delivery. So, it is already ready. The refrigerator is now ready. Delivery. So, well, thank you very much for making this far in the video. And any doubt, any questions, leave them for me in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe to receive more content like this, and you suggest to me what you want me to. What video do you want me to make? I am going to be making the video that you asked me for regarding refrigerators and air conditioning. Best regards, see you.